everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a video. And if you've been here before, welcome back. It's always great to have you. Today I'm going to show you how I'm adding a lean-to onto my barn to create a perfect space for my smoker. I needed a spot that keeps my setup protected from the elements while still giving me plenty of airflow, and a lean-to is a great solution. I'll start with a look at the space before we begin, and then I'll go step by step through the build until I've got a fully covered area ready for some serious barbecue. This is my barn when it was first built, and then after that got the lean-to half completed, tarps over the openings, then got my windows installed. That was from fall to spring with a roll-up door, and then with my barn door on the front. Next part of this process was getting the concrete poured. I determined the dimensions of my pad, dug holes and put my 6x6s in the ground and cemented them in place. Had the concrete man come and put forms around and then pour the concrete and finish it up for the base and let that dry for a couple of weeks, spraying it with water to harden the concrete. This will show you how much stone we need. That is probably 6 inches at the top, which I want it right close to the top, maybe not exactly. But then this will probably all be, what, 3 inches deep or so. And all the way to here, about 3 inches deep. And then this, I want to go up to where I can roll something off the edge there. After this point, I needed to start building my walls, so I went to my local pallet manufacturer, picked up a skid of pallet wood, less than $100 for 5.5 by 42 inch long. Built my first half wall in the front, which I knew I'd put windows in the front part of that, and then after that I put in my back wall, which I wanted completely all the way up, and would later do some other stuff to it. I had to have my best friend come and help me put the roof on. It's not exactly my skill set and really need 2 people to do it, so 2x10s up there and then galvanized tin on the roof, which worked out really nicely. And as you can see, the snow was starting to fly while we were working on it and getting it completed, but I think it turned out really nice and was getting me to where I wanted to be. I couldn't finish it in the fall, so I enclosed it with tarps where the windows would be and the big opening was, and then I put a tarp on the back side to enclose my smoker area. As you can see here, I needed to enclose the area between my lean-to and the left pillar of my barn. After doing some brainstorming, I decided to continue the lower wall and enclose the top with a marine grade vinyl. I had seen somebody else's website that they used marine grade vinyl, so I did my research and found it. And they have different gauges you can purchase based on your project. This is a 60 gauge. It cost me about $90 to get this roll, and I was able to use it for this entire project. For the large opening, I put grommets in the edge of the vinyl piece and attach them to the outside. That way I can take it down if I'd like to in the spring, summer, and fall. And then for the windows that were made by my best friend who's a carpenter, he inset those into the frame of the window, so all of my windows are marine grade vinyl and they won't break. I won't have glass anywhere, and I think they'll last longer than a plexiglass. And you can see here how the windows were made. framed and inset with the hinges on the top, and on the inside, as you'll see later in the video, I can prop those windows open. To close the gap between the two pillars, I cut a piece of galvanized tin to shape, screwed it in place, and then sealed the edges with silicone as well as metal tape used for HVAC. It worked great. The tarps were a temporary solution, and the next spring I started planning for putting a barn door over the opening here by my patio pad, and so I contracted again with my best friend who built this gorgeous door out of all cedar for me. It's a barn door, slides open and shut so I can keep it open during the nice weather and enclose it during the inclement weather, keeping out the snow, the rain, the wind. I still have a little bit to enclose in the back side, but this went a long way to enclosing and keeping the weather out of my porch and lean-to area where the smoker is. And as you can see, it turned out really nice. I put a nice coat of varnish on it. It turned out that the pieces of cedar that John got were 10 foot long, not 8 foot, so we was able to put cedar on the inside as well. It took me a while to figure out what kind of enclosure I wanted for the front opening. After doing a bunch of research, I decided that a roll-up door was going to be my best option, functionally and price-wise. So I found a company called Roll-Up Doors Direct, where you can size your door exactly and they build it custom for your opening. So I ordered the door, took a few weeks for them to build it, and then I went and picked it up and installed it, which literally took 5 minutes. It was such an easy job to put that roll-up door on, and it was absolute best decision I think I could have made for that opening. I'm going to give you a glimpse of the backside of my lean-to and show you the vent that I have for over my smoker. I will be doing another video where I go through a couple of the variations that I tried prior to actually making this solution, which has worked extremely well for me. Look for that video soon. I'm going to show you a brief overview of some of the things on the inside of my lean-to. Some of them may be important for you and some not. I have ceiling fans, and I also have a directional fan to help with airflow when I'm smoking inside there. I also have some lights hanging, and I have a couple of infrared heaters up in the ceiling. They do add some heat in the spring and the fall, but they're not going to be heaters that warm the space during the winter time. I had this custom wood rack built out of square steel tubing, a couple of shelves for wood. I can put 2 different woods there pretty easily, and then some shelves on the side for my propane tanks and other miscellaneous stuff, including kindling. I enclosed it on the back side with a tarp, which I may change in the future, but it works really good for now. One of the realities of my lean-to is it is not a temperature controlled area. So to help with air movement in the warm weather and when my smoker is fired up, I installed this oscillating fan, which works really great. That, along with opening my doors and propping open the windows, keeps me reasonably comfortable in the summertime. Of course, as we go into the wintertime, the smoker itself becomes my main heater, but I installed these 2 infrared heaters up above. They help when I'm doing prep work and I roll my table over there, and they will add heat to the area. The infrared is great because it heats objects, not air, so it does a decent job of adding some warmth, but it doesn't get quote-unquote warm inside my space. I do really enjoy the versatility of my lean-to, being able to open my large overhead door, being able to open my side door, open one or close the other, depending on which way the wind is going. For anybody with a stick burning smoker, you know that wind direction and speed affects fire management, and also for being inside of a lean-to, being able to control the wind, if it's coming one way or the other, allows me to maintain as best as I can a smoke-free area. I also enjoy my lean-to, whether smoking or not, watching some football, having a beer, and kicking back. It has become my favorite place to hang out. Thanks for watching this video. I know that everybody's project is unique and different, and my hope is that some of the information in this video will help you in building your lean-to or your project, whatever you're doing. During the time that I built my lean-to and went through this project, I learned from other people on YouTube and in blogs and doing my research, and I always love being able to share that information with other people. If you have any specific questions, you can either reply beneath this video and I will respond to it, or you can send me a direct email from my website, which is jacksblend.com, or you can email me directly at jack@jacksblend.com. Anyways, have a great day and best wishes on your project.